Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kellyanne Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas. And this is my second card for the month of June. This is such a fun card. It really is like two cards that are incorporated into one, but it's just cool. So I'm so excited to show you this. For this one, we're going to be using the Flowering Meadow um, stamp set, but we're just going to use this part of this stamp set right here, just this flower. And then we're going to use the phrases and frames. And this one we're going to use, I didn't just forget your birthday, I wanted it to last longer, and happiest birthday wishes. So, and we will also be using these beautiful embellishments. These embellishments are part of that Velvet Meadow suite. And I just love it. This is in the new catalog. So here's our card. I am so excited to show this to you. So it looks like a simple Z-fold card, right? But wait, there is more. It goes up even more. So it really is like a double Z fold card. That is hopefully completely in the frame. So I will just put it like this. See if that looks like I've got it all in the frame. So, and if I were to hold it, I'm gonna put my fingers so you can kind of see, it kind of layers like this. Okay, so it can stand up, but I think it's a lot of fun. So let me show you what is in your kit. Um, and then we're stamping our envelope like this. It's just a small little flower. Again, I have to take the K off of here. So when I do my kits, I put Ks on the ones that I'm going to do because I don't add the embellishments in those. So of course you're going to get your envelope. And it's like having two cards. So we'll go with the base card first. The base card here is 4¼ by 11. Okay. It is scored at 5½ and 2¾ and it will fold back on itself like this, creating a Z. Okay. And I would do that right now. Just make it into a Z. It's a funny Z. And if it was flipped this way, you'd say, well, it's kind of like a duck, a long Z, a big Zorro mark, okay? So you have that. With that, you should have a piece of basic white that is 4" by 5¼ and this is going to go in here, but we're going to stamp that, okay? And then you should have another base card. And this is the more complicated base card in a way, but not really. I know that sounds funny to say it like that, but that's the truth. So this is 10½ by 4". It is scored at 5¼ and again at 1¼ here. So when you create a Z card with this, you're going to reinforce that 5¼ and you're going to flip this back onto itself like this, and that makes this Z card. Okay, so now you have two Z cards. Okay, just we're going to do base and then the next part of the card. For this card, you will have a piece that is 5" by 3¾ You will have a 3¾ square. You will have a 1¼ by 3¾ piece of designer series paper. You should have a die cut out of the Berry Burst, and this just took 2¾ by 4, and then I die cutted it. And this is out of the phrases and frames. I did use the dies for that. And let's see, where are the dies hiding? So these are the dies. So I used this die here. Now, if you have the embossing new thing, this is one of the ones that can go through and get super embossed. When I made this card, I did not have that, but it's coming in June, but not in time for me to use it for this class. I'll use it in another class. So, and then you will have a piece that is 4" by roughly 2", 2¼ in the bubble bath, or 2 3/8. It's not very much. It just fits on there. So we're going to put this part all aside for a moment, and we are going to work on this part and our envelope. So let's stamp that first. We're going to be stamping with bubble bath. So let me open up my bubble bath. And so what we're doing is we're just going to stamp some flowers on the inside of here. The bubble bath is very light. It looks darker while it's wet, but it's a fairly light when it's all done and said and done. And I'll put that right there. I always do the front, the back, the inside. So we will shut that up. This is the only time we need that. So I'm going to put that away before I wear it. And then we're going to put this inside our card. And I'm doing this so we have the base part done, and it just sits on the side till we're ready for it. Okay, so it should have about 1/4 of an inch, or I say that wrong every time. It's 1/8 of an inch all the way around like that. Okay, and now this piece here is just going to stay. Remember, it's a Z card, so don't think of it as anything more than a Z. We'll be adding to this shortly, but right now it's just this. This is our base. We're going to put that aside. We're going to bring in some of our other pieces, and I'm going to start by adhering. The first thing I'm going to do is adhere this piece to here and this designer's pieces to the base. But I'm going to put this on first, and I'm going to use glue because I want it to really marry up with the edge of this. So you can use tape if, an adhesive tape if you're really good with it. But I find having the glue, I can always tap it and make sure it's flush. And then come in and press it down. And then from the back, I'm just going to do that. And if any bit, sometimes, when you cut, get a little bit more on one or the other side. If that little smidge is bothering you, go ahead and trim it off. It is ever so slight, and if you're really good, you can just come in from the back side and cut off that little bit right there. And I mean, it's literally just a little curl. So it's not much. If it doesn't bother you, I'm just showing, this really doesn't bother me. I'm just showing you how to do it. But there you go. 2 little curly cues came off of there. This is going to go on the inside of here with my 1/8 of an inch all the way around. But before I do that, I want to stamp. And we will put this one on next. Okay, this can use a tape. This does not need, it's just going on the outside. So you've got your Z fold, okay? This is flapped back. And this is a non-directional paper, so it doesn't really matter which way you put it on. I like my flowers all to be going up and down, and with about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, set it down. That part's done. Okay, we're going to go and stamp this, and we're going to stamp it with the phrase happiest birthday wishes. So this is in Berry Burst, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle, just right here, and hopefully it's straight. When I'm off at a side, I can't really tell. I'll put that over. Now I'm going to put this on the inside of my card. Before I do too much, I'm probably going to end up wearing some ink at some point, but right now we're doing good. So again, about 1/8 of an inch, top and bottom. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now we are going to stamp on here, and we're going to put the, I didn't forget your birthday on here. And you want to do it right in the middle. Oh, wow. That is pretty crooked. I'm going to flip that over. You know you have two sides, so that's really nice. So I'm just going to try and do it straighter this time. Ah, that looks like it might be better. Oh, much better. Okay, so now I am going to glue this to this. And I'm just going to take and put glue. Oh, before I do the glue, let's shut this up because I know I will wear it. I'm very good at that. Very good at wearing glue. I look so cute with all the glue. Okay, which side's straighter? That side's straighter. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue all along the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it on top. And hopefully I got the glue on the inside. Some of it is, some of it isn't. That's okay. We're going to just let it dry because we can get some of that off. If we have a little piece of paper, just a smidge of paper, you can come along and clean off that edge a little bit. Just wipe that off. Just use the point of the paper to lick that up. It doesn't get it all up, but it gets some of it up. Okay. And this is going to go right on here. Okay. So we want it to look very nice on the center of this. So we want to know right where to glue. Well, I won't know for sure on here. So what I'm going to do is I know it's going to be in the center here somewhere. I'm going to put some glue right here. Okay. And I'm going to line this up so it looks even, top to bottom, side to side. I think that's pretty good. I'm just going to hold that. Let me look at that. And I should have a complete Z card here, which I do. That's very good. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to combine these two cards. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to throw some glue on here. You could definitely use tear and tape here. On this part, you definitely can. Just remember, once you put it down, it's down. And that's all you're going to know. It's going to be down. So this is going to have just 1/8 of an inch from the top and the bottom to there. You want to cover that white that's in the inside. So if it's in there just a smidge crooked, put the top part on a smidge crooked. So there we go. That is our card. I love this card. I really do. I think it's one of my favorite cards to have made so far this year. And now we're going to put an embellishment on it. Let me find my embellishments. I just did one on the original because you've got a lot of thickness here. And I don't want to have too much thickness anywhere. So I took one of the big flowers. And you can put on more if you like. That's perfectly fine. I put it right in here. But you see, this is kind of a thick card. And you know, this is one that I would probably pad. What I do is I tend to take like pieces of paper toweling when I mail and put this on there so it kind of slides over. Some people take, and this I think is ingenious, is they take advertisements. You know how you get all these things in the mail that says, hey, you know, this is what you want, you know, da da da. Well, they cut a piece of this, put it here so it goes over. When it goes through the machine, it'll slide over. So that's that. I use those for other things. But I love this card. I hope you do too. I really enjoyed making it. So remember, it's not just one Z fold. It actually goes all the way out, you know, and you have plenty of room to write on this card. Just making sure this is all in the camera. It seems to be like not all in the camera, but I think it makes sense. Anyways, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you like this card. Please give me a like, a share, join my YouTube videos, um, join my club. It's not really club. It's just join my team on here as far as watching my videos so that you get notified in advance when they are going to drop. Thank you again for watching the video. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.